What's up, guys? I got myself a Talaria R, as you can see, and we're gonna start the build on it right now.
All right, we're gonna tell you guys what really happened and how Reed got this R. So a few weeks back, our dad bought a Sting R, and we've been using it so much for testing, and Reed liked it so much that he decided to sell his Sting MX3, and he bought this from our dad, and so we ordered our dad a new Sting R. So that Sting R will be here soon, but for now, we're just gonna build this bike up, and it's Reed's.
And we're getting started with Warp 9 parts.
You guys might have noticed we're all wearing Warp 9 shirts. So we went down to Salt Lake, visited them. They hooked us up with some great deals. So shout out to them. We love their products. We were going to buy them anyway because they're our favorites. But what do we got here, Reed?
So we got a new bar, new direct mount stem, stem lock, axle blocks, 52 tooth chain, because that's what we think is the best, and a new chain.
Sprocket and chain. And we got our tools, and we got our bike. Let's go, because we want to go ride it.
Yeah, let's throw it on the bike.
All right, guys, we're going to start getting these parts installed. I actually got a few things while I was at Warp 9. I got the same axle block, so we're going to show you guys how to install these. They are super slick. I would highly recommend them because now you don't have to use two 10mm wrenches to adjust your chain all the time. Super annoying, and I think they're going to hold much firmer and keep our chain tensions tight. I'm also trying out a 58 tooth sprocket. I know we've tested these on the channel before. I want to give it another go now that I have the KO controller and I can tune it a little bit better. Here's the other side of the axle block. Pretty slick looking. And then I got the direct mount stem. Oh, I actually got this too. Forgot. You got the Warp 9 disc guard. Reed and Alex are just getting to it.
Yeah,
you guys better slow down.
We'll pull these brakes off so we can switch the handlebar and stem and put the stem locker in. Most of this stuff is up front.
Okay, all the controls are almost off. That's kind of a pain. Like switching a stem is easy, switching a bar is kind of a pain.
It comes in handy though, having these connectors though.
Oh yeah, we did notice that. The R has all these connectors, so you can just unplug the stuff instead of, sometimes you have to slide your bar back and forth and get everything to come off the ends.
Guys, one thing I haven't gotten yet that I need to get is a new light. So I'm thinking about the grit shift blinder, or there might be a new one coming that we found. So we'll let you know.
Okay, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna pound out this star nut because we got the stem locker, so we don't need that. This is the way to do it. Get a big old crowbar, go in there, and you just hammer that sucker. You gotta go all the way down. We might have to take your fender off.
That's, yes.
You know
Not
what?
there yet, but we need to.
I think that there's no hole to come out of.
It's not there. We're not there yet. We haven't ruined the fender yet, but I was about to.
Good catch. And it came out of there.
Dead. Star nut dead.
Comes with these spacers, so you're ready to go. Look at that stem. That's such a good color. That is so nice. Usually I don't like the billet blue, but that is sweet. 3-inch riser bar. So I'm not putting the spacer that comes on this, so it's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, this is the
I think
spacer.
it'll be perfect.
It's kind of cool because a lot of stems don't come with something that will actually change the height and all the hardware for it. All right, guys, we're gonna get the rear wheel taken off. We're gonna put the sprocket on, chain on, and the axle blocks.
These things look sweet.
They're so nice.
All these titanium bolts holding it on too.
Alright guys, we were halfway done putting the stuff back on. We realized the light wasn't on, so we take it back off. Yeah, don't do that.
Getting this chain off so we can switch it to this new one that works with the 52 tooth sprocket.
Little longer chain. We're gonna run a 110 link chain with 52. Non-O-ring. Very greasy.
Very greasy.
Let me show you these axle blocks. They're super cool. These are the old ones that go on there, and you actually have to lock the little ring here to actually hold your chain tight. These are super cool. So these actually inlay. This is a solid thing. This doesn't spin. So you slide this in there. With this, you'll actually thread it in, and then it will just be able to just 10mm, and you can adjust your chain tension super easy. You got notches to line it up with your frame. And then I'll show you the other side in a second after I get this put on. Okay guys, so the other side is even cooler. So this piece actually inlays in here so that you can actually pull this off and be able to get your axle out. But check out what's in here. I'll quickly open this up. Okay, so once you pull these screws out, this piece actually allows your axle, let's take off our old block, allows your axle to sit inside there, and this piece holds it snug. So you can actually, once you line it up, just spin your axle until it lines up.
Should sit in there flush.
Sits in there super flush, and it locks in your axle, so you don't have to use a 6mm anymore on this side. All you have to do is remove the nut off of this side. This will just hold it snug. Looks super good while doing it. And this piece will sit in there, and you'll slide it in. Actually, this will just stay all the time. And then you'll just slide this in, lock it on. All right, sprocket time.
Got the old one removed.
Yeah, just so we're clear here, this is billet aluminum. That is steel, and that thing is so much heavier, even though this is bigger. So that's pretty sweet. I'm gonna save a bunch of rotational weight.
I know none of these blues match, but that's okay, because I got a custom decal kit coming from Sticker FX and new grips, so it'll all flow a lot better soon. We bought this on AliExpress from China, and all the wires came backwards, so we don't recommend it. But it does look cool.
All right, guys, we can't find our chain breaker, so we're gonna put my chain that is already cut to length for the 52 tooth, since I just put a 58 on with the longer chain. So we're just gonna run this for now. We'll find our chain breaker sometime, and then we'll put Reed's new chain on. And I'm the one that gets to get my hands all greasy. So that's super fun.
That's great.
All right, we got the chain put on. We got our axle blocks tightened to the correct chain tension. That looks about right. We lined up the lines, they're even. We got the wheels centered. Now we're just gonna throw a socket on there, tighten it up.
Bike's looking sweet, Reed.
I'm excited. We're gonna go take it on a ride right after we're done.
All right. Oh, that is money, you guys. I'm getting good at this. I'm getting good. I got dirty hands, but I'm getting good.
You sure it's not just the new axle bolt blocks?
Well, that did definitely help, and it might have helped that I did mine about a half hour ago.
Alright guys, we got all of it put back together.
Got stem lock, stem, handlebar, got the axle blocks, chain, and
Sprocket.
chain ring.
Let's go take it on a ride. See how it is. Ready?
I'm ready. All right, guys, it is a couple days after we filmed the install of all those Warp 9 parts on Reed's bike. We've been out on a couple rides. What do you think, Reed?
This bike, completely different bike. It's so much better. The front end just feels so solid now with this stem and the stem lock and bar. It's just such a good combo. Feels so good to jump. The 52 tooth sprocket, like we said in our previous video, it is awesome. There's so much torque now. Even in eco mode, it'll go up anything. I'm loving these axle blocks, keeping my chain tight. We haven't had to adjust them once since then. It's just their parts are just the best. They're awesome.
Yeah, and they're just so easy to like I put these on my bike too. I already had to take my wheel off for something else, and it was so much easier to take those off, get my chain tension right the first time like you guys saw in the video. So huge shout out to them. We really appreciate them helping us out with these parts, and we'll have a link to their website down in the description. In addition to making all the cool aftermarket parts for Sorona and Talaria, Warp 9 is super well known for all their wheel builds. They can do custom wheel builds for full-size dirt bikes, supermotos, street bikes, and of course Sorona and Talaria.
We're going to be getting a 16-inch rear wheel coming, get the 1619 set up on there and see how it does. We're really excited for that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the size for these bikes. Some people do the 2118, but I want to keep my bike small, nimble, and lighter, and just kind of keep it for what it is intended to be. But with that, guys, huge shout out to Warp 9. Special thanks to them. Go check them out, link in the description. And please consider subscribing as well, because we're on the road. We're having tons of fun. Lots more content on the way. We'll catch you guys next video. See ya.